look all bad now, does she? Shocking pale, though, wouldn't you say?
Come up, Jane Stewart. I've been waiting for you.
Are you Hepzibah?
She's 12 and she can prove it.
Keep quiet, Jimmy John.
Go.
Let me see your eyes, girl.
I prefer blue eyes myself.
Not my taste. I only admire green eyes.
What about my 25 cents?
It ain't yours yet, Jimmy John. She ain't proved nothing.
Open the Bible, child. Show 'em your age.
Look, I was born in 1923.
See? I win!
Come back here, Jimmy John. Get back.
Come up, Jane. Well, and now we can have our cranberry tea in peace. Your mother's recovering nicely, dear. She'll be back in the island in no time.
But what do you mean?
I said a prayer for her, regular like, this spring.
Did you know my mother well?
All the time she lived here. I used to take butter and eggs down to her at Lantern Hill. She loved that place, she did. She trusted me. I was there, helping her, the night you were born.
There's only been 2 divorces on PEI in the past 60 years. I know. They are not divorced.
Nonsense, it was all Evelyn's doing.
Are you talking about Evelyn Morrow?
Well, of course she's talking about Evelyn Morrow.
A temper like a volcano, that one. Self-centered, spoiled. She and Irene Stewart were like 2 peas in a pod.
Whatever anyone says, she loved your father.
My father?
Why, of course, they were engaged.
Irene was in heaven, absolute heaven.
She was mad determined to have him marry into the Morrow family. It was her goal in life, always craving to be accepted. She thought with him married to either of the Morrow girls, that would do it for her.
Only it was a fool's paradise, don't you see? He went off to war.
Stop interrupting, Violet.
I'm not the one interrupting. No sooner back than your dear mother comes along, vacationing in that big hotel on the North Shore.
Your father and mother fell in love, hook, line, and sinker. Don't you see? They eloped.
Evelyn would never have suited him anyway. She was far too selfish.
And that two-faced Irene. Sweet poison, that one. You'd have thought Andrew Stewart never wanted children the way Irene went on about it.
She did everything to wreck that marriage and influence Andrew, to be sure.
Irene might have had her way if the baby hadn't come along and spoiled her plan.
You mean me?
That tongue of yours is hinged in the middle, sister. Oh, what she means, dear, is, well, that Irene was always hinting, don't you know, that they weren't ready for children.
But what she really hoped was that the marriage wouldn't last, you see, and that...
Violet!
And that what?
And that your father might
find happiness again.
With Evelyn.
What do you mean? Hepzibah. There's something out there. I saw it. I was lost. Something brought me back here.
Oh, no. Little butt. Your pa's on his way. There now. You mustn't be frightened. I want to talk to you. What is it, child?
Did they really not want me?
I told you I was there the night you were born. I've been watching you all your life. Your mother and dad were the happiest couple on all the island.
Why didn't they stay together?
It wasn't for lack of love, that's for sure. Crazy about each other they were, and about you too.
Then Dad didn't love Evelyn?
That was a boyhood thing. Irene pushed him into it.
Why did Mom leave?
They let other people interfere. They give in, so they did without a fight. That's why I sent for you. But Evelyn needs help too.
But Evelyn's dead.
Sometimes a troubled soul needs to make peace with itself.
What I saw in the woods looked like Evelyn. Owen said Dad pushed Evelyn's car over the cliff. I don't think Dad would ever do that.
Oh, now you don't believe that, do you? Why, he wouldn't squash the tick that bit him, more's the pity. No, it's not his fault. There's things here that needs putting to rights. Sometimes there's no knowing why a bird'll foul its own nest. Happens in families too, only when it happens. It takes a bit of spit and spunk to clean things up. And sometimes a few honesties spoken. And you're the only one who can help your family now. But first, you gotta decide what it is you want. And then you have to fight for it.
Can you help me?
Let me hear you say it out loud, child. Tell me what you want.
My mother and my father and me together.
Good evening, Hepzibah. Have you seen my little girl? She's 12 years old. You remember her, don't you? She's staying with me now at Lantern Hill, but I'm afraid she's run away. Jane? I've been looking everywhere. What are you doing here?
Got all misty and foggy. I couldn't see properly.
Now, you mind what I say, Jane Stewart. If you need help, you come back to me. And don't you pay any heed to any more gossip. Gossip makes geese. That's what I say.
Hepzibah? What are you doing with this?
Well, Jimmy John,
How long have you been here? And what's all this about gossip?
Jimmy John brought me over for a visit, and the Tituses started talking, and I love you, Dad.
I love you too, Jane. And I'm sorry I was so upset tonight. But I've spoken to Irene. And she says she's sorry. She made a mistake. Don't ever think I never cared for you, Jane.
I don't ever want to leave.
I don't want you to leave either. Let's just make the best of the time we have together.
I've come for Jane of Lanternhill.
Jody!
What's wrong with the door? I wasn't sure I'd get a welcome from your dad.
Oh, he wouldn't mind.
Are they treating you fairly?
Well, his wife fancies adopting me. She ain't got no kids. The post office is making me work for him till I pay him for the broken bike. I don't want no trouble. Criminy! I gotta get this flippin' bike back. Him and his precious bike. You think he got the bloody crown jewels under his bum instead of a plain ordinary two-wheeler?
Couldn't you stay here with us?
Thanks. Can't though. We always got me on a contract with Jim.
You know where we live now, Jody. Come back and see us anytime.
Thanks, sir. But I've always looked after myself.
I'll be back in an hour. So that's the whole story, Jody.
Blimey, what a mess.
Maybe Mother decided she didn't love him. Do you think so, Jody?
You can't go marrying someone unless you love them. That just ain't the way it's done. Leastways not in the movies.
Well, maybe she stopped loving him because grandmother ordered her to.
Would you stop loving your dad because your gran made you?
Well, no, but now that she's living with grandmother again, she can't stand up to her. Quick, climb up on the fence.
What for? It's only cows, Jane.
Come on.
Moo!
Stop it, Jody.
If you won't stand up to a bunch of cows, you can't go blaming your ma for not standing up to your gran. Don't let everyone boss you around the way they do. Give some people an inch, it'll take a bloomin' mile, you know. Moo! Moo!
Hey, leave them cows alone.
Sezu! I'll poke your eye out, spotty face. You heard me. On your way, bossy. Moo!